Pennsylvania Business Week was developed in 1997 by the Manufacturer and Business Association in conjunction with Fort LaBeouf High School. In 1999, the MBA turned the program over to ACES. Business Week is designed to allow teams of high school students to manage companies through a business simulation for an entire week. Students are taught how to manage finances, execute effective advertising campaigns, and work together as a team to achieve success. The program culminates in 5 competitions at the end of the week: advertising, stockholders, trade show, return on net assets, and top company.
So the stockholders presentation was probably one of the most nerve-wracking things ever, let alone during Business Week. You walk in the room, we use the library, and there's these 4 judges just sitting at a table, dead silent. You have to explain to them in 10 minutes basically what your whole entire strategy was, how your company has been doing, and convince them why they should invest in your company. They are good at their jobs. The judges know what they're doing, so you can say everything right in the book, but their faces will just be like brick walls. You can't read them at all. It's extremely nerve-wracking. Everyone has to get dressed up. It's really scary, but it's 25% of the competition, so you have to do well or you're in trouble.
Okay, so Rona, basically you had to put money into plan investment, into research and development, where you wanted to market, how much you wanted to price your product, and then those prices and how they react in the economy in that environment are what decided how your results were. So while some people grew, some people fell.
Rona is quite simply the amount of cash that you have, that you bring in comparison to the cash that you have at hand. It's a ratio. It's a ratio based on what your profit is compared to how much money you have in stock. And obviously the higher your Rona, the more amount of cash that you're bringing in.
The trade show was the last thing that we did on the last day of Business Week. It was kind of the whole wrap up. It was in the gym. Each group has their own table. You have to put up decorations, and basically you want to sell your product to as many people as possible. So people from the community came in, there was judges and students of all grades. Everybody got to come in and look at your product and what you had been doing, and you had to convince them why your product is better than the other product, why they should buy your product and be interested in your company rather than going to your competitor. It was good practice to socialize with people and to be able to make the hard sale. Go out of your way and do something that you might not be as comfortable with, but something you just needed to do.
The marketing and advertising campaign was in essence, you're making a radio ad, you're making a television ad, you're making a website, you're making posters, you're making billboards, you're making flyers, you're making business cards, you're making, quite honestly, anything and everything you can to drag in consumers to buy your product.
The Pennsylvania Business Week program has proven to be very successful in encouraging optimism and enthusiasm about the future of America among our young people, and offers a more tangible understanding of the American economic system.
As a CEO, I can definitely say that the most beneficial aspect that I received from this program was learning to lead people who would not necessarily be leadable by me, by a fellow student, and being put in a leadership position where I could still keep that balance of being equal to them, but the ability to direct them to a common task.
Yeah, I would definitely say that I enjoyed Business Week. I mean, it was cool. We got to meet some new people that I can't say that I've ever met before in my grade. Hey, but overall, we came together as a family, a little group, and we made things happen. I mean, we lost, but still, I felt like it was a learning experience, and I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to do it.
I have made many more friends through that week. We really became like a giant family for that entire week. It was so much fun. We had to argue through a lot of different things, so a lot of people I didn't realize would be so vocal were vocal, and we were able to talk through things and really bond through the experience.
It was very motivational for not just running a business, but motivational for running your life, because being entrepreneurial means you're going to take life by the horns or to run your own life. And so I think there are a lot of good life lessons that I hope people could see through all this other pro-business talk. I think it affects every aspect of life, possibly.
Evaluation data reveals that Business Week is very effective in helping students understand how American economy works and how to be successful in our free enterprise system. Students also leave with a heightened awareness of job opportunities in the area through partnership of business advisors. You may ask, why is Business Week important? Economics education is not a required course of study in the Pennsylvania public education system. As a result, high school students are being graduated without any understanding of how the American economic system functions and how they play a critical role in participating in and preserving that system.
I learned a lot. I had a good time. I bonded with a lot of my classmates. It was just a really great experience, and I hope that our school continues to do things like these that have out-of-school connotations.